Yeah, but that's you.
That's me.
But Steve doesn't like you.
Steve doesn't like me.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my...
Late at night, a man named Drosa captures something on camera that leaves him deeply unsettled. While watching over his young niece and nephew, he notices his niece staring intently into the darkness. At first, he dismisses it, but her continued insistence that something is there begins to worry him. Growing uneasy, Drosa starts to believe she might actually be seeing something unseen, and decides to record the disturbing moment on video.
Then this door is wide open over here, man. Or just, I don't know. She's like looking over there like there's someone over there. She's freaking me out. Look, she's pointing. See? There's someone over there. I'm freaking out. Who are you pointing at? Who is he? How come you keep pointing? Where's he at? Is he over there?
Will you read it to us, please?
Who is he? I'm not really sure who it is, but yeah, she's like pointing upwards. They must be tall or something. Look, she's pointing again, look.
His niece's unwavering gesture toward the same spot only deepens the sense of unease. What makes it even more disturbing is that she's pointing toward the ceiling, suggesting that whatever she senses stands unusually tall. Just when it seems the situation couldn't grow more unnerving, Drosa records the chilling moment on video.
It's something though, like it's crazy because like, oh no, I'm just babysitting my niece and nephew. My nephew's right here. Then it's her, and then she keeps pointing at something. The f. You gotta get out of here, man. You gotta leave, man. Honestly. You're not welcomed here. Leave. Whoever you are, leave. You're scaring my niece. Look, she keeps pointing at you. Get the here, man.
As the tension mounts, an unexpected incident occurs. An object suddenly drops toward Drosa and his niece as though hurled by an invisible force. Startled and momentarily speechless, Drosa struggles to process what just happened. His shock quickly turns into frustration, and he angrily calls out to whatever presence seems determined to frighten him and the child. Drosa ultimately decides to stop recording and tries to brush off the unsettling incident. Yet, despite his attempts to move on, he remains haunted by one question to this day. What exactly had his niece seen in that hallway? Jorge has been dealing with terrifying paranormal activity in his own home, something he's tried everything to stop. People told him to pray more, to stay strong, to speak the name of Jesus, and to take control of his house. And that's exactly what he did. He prayed out loud, read scripture, and performed every ritual he knew. For a while, it seemed to help. The noises stopped, and the air grew eerily still, almost too still, like the calm before a storm. But that peace never lasted. Each quiet spell felt heavier than the last, until the house would suddenly come alive again when he least expected it. Watch what happens next.
Yeah. I just woke up. Oh, there's this. There's this. Shit. Oh. There's something going on out there. Something walking around. There's something clear up there. It looks like it's approaching this way.
The situation has become nearly unbearable for Jorge. The activity seems to focus on him, especially while he sleeps. Some nights, he wakes up with fresh scratches. Other times, objects move on their own, and the air turns heavy and suffocating. He describes feeling as if something unseen stands right over him, watching, waiting. This footage comes from one of those nights when he set up a GPOR to record. According to Jorge, that night felt different. The atmosphere was dense, charged, almost electric, as if the house itself was alive. It didn't feel like something just passing through. It felt like something that had settled in. After years of enduring this alone, he now hears whispers and footsteps every night. And the worst part, Jorge isn't sure anymore if his prayers drove it away, or accidentally invited something darker to stay. So, what do you think? Did his faith protect him, or awaken something far more sinister? A guy named Ahmad was visiting his family home when his 7-year-old sister excitedly ran up to show him a drawing she'd made. But it wasn't the sweet little picture he expected. It was actually something pretty disturbing.
Show me.
My picture I drew.
Your picture you drew.
That's Daddy, that's Mummy, and that's me.
And what's that?
That's Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Who's Steve?
My friend.
Your imaginary friend.
My best friend.
Your best friend Steve. You've got a best friend that looks like this.
It's my best friend Steve.
Okay. I'm leaving the house.
The little girl's creepy drawing of her so-called friend, Steve, quickly went viral, sparking countless fan renderings of what this nightmarish figure might look like in real life. After seeing the reaction online, people urged Ahmad to ask his sister more about her imaginary friend. But when he did, things took a disturbing turn, and the situation went from bad to worse.
Mama said you got 2 imaginary friends.
No, I've got 2 best friends.
You've got 2 best friends.
Yeah, 2. Do you want me to show you the picture?
Who's that?
That's Steve.
Yeah.
That's Margaret.
And who's that?
That's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
No, but you spelt my name wrong.
Yeah, but that's you.
That's me.
Yeah, with your mustache and your eyebrows.
My eyebrows.
Yeah.
My eyebrows look like that.
Yeah, your bushy eyebrows.
Wait, so why have you drawn this for?
Because Steve doesn't like you.
Steve doesn't like me.
Yeah, but Margaret likes you.
Margaret likes me.
Look, she's holding your hand.
She's holding my hand. She's eating me. Are you sure Margaret likes me?
Yeah, she's holding your hand.
Do I need to be worried?
No,
No.
no.
Actually, this is not a joke. I have left the house. If you want an Steve part 4, I'll be honest, I'm not giving that update. Because now I'm unliked by Steve, whoever this person is.
Turns out, Ahmad's little sister actually has another imaginary friend named Margaret. But the creepiest part, she told him that her first friend, Steve, doesn't like him at all.
Why have you drawn this for?
Because Steve doesn't like you.
Steve doesn't like me.
Ahmad's officially freaked out now. After his last visit with his little sister, he says her drawings have gotten way too creepy for him. He's decided he's done. No more updates about Steve or Margaret anytime soon. A man had just moved into a new house and was still settling in when his dog suddenly stared at a room. Nothing was making it stare. No noise or movement. Then, suddenly, something happened.
Jackson is like laser focused on this right now. He won't, like, you alright? I know. I think something's wrong. I don't know. I hear noises, but I'm not even sure. Are you kidding me right now? What's wrong with you? What's wrong? Jackson. Jackson. What's wrong? There's banging and stuff. The fuck?
The way the dog acted made everything feel very real, something you can't just pretend. Could the house be haunted? One morning in Hudson, Wisconsin, a woman saw footprints in the fresh snow outside her house. They led to her bedroom window and disappeared the same way. Someone had clearly snuck up to look inside. She put up a security camera at the window, and a few days later, her fear came true. The footage captured a man lurking and looking into her bedroom. Police identified him as Robert Cecina, who was listed as a 3M executive on LinkedIn. He denied the claims, but the evidence proved him guilty. He was charged with felony stalking and lost his job. TikTok user Magnus Madsen recently moved into a new home, hoping to begin a fresh chapter in life. However, it appears something from his childhood home has followed him there. Soon, objects started moving by themselves, and mysterious glowing orbs floated through the rooms. The disturbances became so frequent that Magnus installed cameras around the house to prove he wasn't imagining things. But since his story first surfaced, the situation has grown much more sinister. Watch this. Disturbed by the nightly noises, Magnus set up a camera facing the staircase where the knocking happened each night. Just 2 days into filming, he recorded something so terrifying that it made him reconsider whether he could continue living in the house. Each night, Magnus lay in bed, knowing the front door could swing open on its own at any moment. It might be time for him to pack up and leave this haunted house behind. This blurry old dashcam video was recorded by a traveler in Taiwan almost 10 years ago. Check it out. The railway crossing gate went up, showing it was clear. A car in front started to cross just as a train suddenly appeared. In a terrifying moment, the train barely missed the car and even brushed the dashboard of Camcar a little. Definitely not the best way to start a road trip. Parents usually pass things down to their kids, but for City, that gift was something a lot creepier. She calls it her seeing ability. Everything seemed fine at first, until her family moved back into her old childhood home. When City was a little girl, she used to see a spirit she'd talk to and play with, even though no one else ever saw it. Now, years later, her daughters started mentioning a spirit too, and City can't help but wonder if it's the same one from her past. Watch this.
Hi, my dad's name is Franz. My dad's friend is yeah. What was her name? What was her name? Ella? Her and Ella too. What was her name? Ella too? Why are you waiting for her? Her house back here and her house right here. Why?
What are you saying?
I made a bed and my and that's okay. And I need to get later. Yeah. Why did guys? Stay here. I hang out.
Since the spirit never hurt her daughter, City figures whatever her little one is seeing probably isn't dangerous either. Still, some people warn that not every spirit stays friendly forever. A lot of them seem harmless at first, until their darker side starts to show, turning a mild haunting into something far more disturbing. This couple shared a frightening experience they had while exploring an abandoned asylum. At first, a faint tapping sound could be heard in the distance. They asked if it could tap again, and to their shock, it did.
Thank you for that tap noise. Can you tap again for us if that was you, Harry? Can you tap again for us if that was you, Harry? It's not, is it?
It's fully shut.
It's fully shut now.
Believing they had just experienced something paranormal, they uploaded the eerie footage online. But was it really a ghost responding to them? Or could there be a more ordinary explanation for the taps? What do you think might be haunting the asylum? Brandy River had been experiencing strange activity in her home for some time. Most of it happened randomly, without proof or footage. But one day, she finally captured something on camera.
Girl, there ain't nothing back there, I'm telling you. The light just went off. Nothing back there, right?
There's nobody back there.
I told you. There's never. Oh my god! 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 Oh my god!
While sitting with her sister, Brandy heard a strange noise from down the hall, which was unsettling. But that wasn't the only unusual event. One night, after coming home from dinner, she noticed her bedroom light was on. She began recording, and that's when she captured what happened.
Oh, me and my kid just got back from eating dinner, and my bedroom light is on, which is strange because I don't remember leaving it on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure I didn't leave it on. Come on. Listen, I'm gonna walk inside real fast. I want you to wait out here for me.
I'll stay right by the door.
Yeah, I want you. Oh my god. Somebody broke into our.
Is that a shadow?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mom, go.
Oh,
That's definitely something.
Jaden, yeah, it is.
A dark figure was standing inside, but when she opened the door, the room was empty. To this day, she still doesn't know what she saw, or if anyone was really there. A man and his girlfriend decided to check out an old, abandoned building hidden somewhere in Denver, Colorado, a place with a pretty dark past. Back in the 70s, it was a school, later turned into a residence for the so-called Sisters of Satan. Then, in 1982, it became a homeless shelter before being shut down for good. Now it just sits there, empty and forgotten, waiting for renovation. The couple went in one evening to film their exploration, but what they caught on camera that night was downright chilling.
What? Hello? Is there someone in there? I am not the police. Oh, it feels kind of eerie. You get a weird feeling over here, like a weird vibe from this whole place.
Through that hole, babe. I'm gonna unlock the door, okay? Sure we can get in, okay, baby?
As they made their way through the crumbling halls, the couple stepped into a small open room. And that's when things got weird. On camera, the woman in the shot doesn't cast a shadow, and her skin looks unnaturally pale, almost gray, giving her this eerie, ghost-like appearance. Then, just moments later, she completely vanishes. The couple insists they never saw anyone there while filming, which makes them believe they might have actually caught something paranormal. But who knows? Was it really something supernatural, or just a creepy coincidence? In 2011, a family camping deep in the Kansas woods saw something unusual.
Looks like what's in the book. Or are we imagining it because we read that book?
There goes again. He's a sneaky dude.
What on earth?
That's not a deer.
He's dead. That can't be that's not a cow. It's walking on 2 feet. But its jaw's hanging. See, its jaw's flopping.
Where's Wilson?
He went in the bathroom, I think.
He's missing.
I'm going to show him this video.
I'm going to try to get it.
I'll show him.
A tall figure was seen walking silently through the trees, upright like a human. Skeptics said it was a hoax, probably someone in a costume, but others weren't convinced. Was it just a person, or did the family capture something else entirely? A mom started getting really worried when her daughter became scared of her own room, especially one specific corner. The little girl kept saying she could feel something creepy there. Then one night, she came running to her mom in total panic, saying she'd heard a woman scream. The mom checked the room but didn't see anything strange. Later, when she looked at the security footage, she saw something that completely freaked her out. A bone-chilling scream tore through the silence of the room, though the mother didn't hear it, only her daughter's terrified cries. Some people who saw the footage thought the security camera might have been glitching, but the mother didn't buy it. She pointed to other strange things that had happened in the room, and her daughter's constant fear of that one spot as proof that something wasn't right. Worried for her child's safety, she shared the footage online, asking for help on how to protect her daughter and stop whatever was happening. It started as an ordinary night, but everything quickly changed. When she noticed movement beneath her blanket, things took a strange and mysterious turn for the young woman. She had no idea the surreal experience that was about to unfold. The people watching were curious and told her to face the strange thing. Without thinking twice, she decided to go ahead and try. Looking closely at the footage, there's no sign of anything fake. No strings, no obvious edits. The person who posted it mentioned there were 2 fans pointing at the bed, one on the ceiling and another at the edge of the room, and they insist the video hasn't been changed at all.
Feel free to believe me or not, but this is not like a video edit. This is not a toy under the bed or like a blow dryer under the bed. There are 2 fans that are blowing, not trying to hide anything. But like, I screamed the first time I saw this. My boyfriend threw his phone.
This phenomenon is puzzling. Some think it might be caused by a ghostly presence, sometimes called a ghost mouse, or even a poltergeist. Others suggest a simpler explanation, like an air pocket created by the fans. Still, the strange, unpredictable movement under the blanket and its tiny size make that idea hard to believe. The true cause is still unclear and needs more investigation. TikTok creator ShireenAnn3, usually known for sharing happy family videos, surprised her followers with a post that was anything but cheerful. One night, she woke up to knocking sounds coming from the walls. At first, she ignored them, but as the noise grew louder, things started to take a darker turn. Later, she took a photo to document the moment and didn't notice anything unusual at first. But when she looked again, a dark figure was standing outside her bedroom, staring in. She didn't know what it was, and from that night on, her once cozy home no longer felt safe. Tristan had been hearing strange noises around the house for days, but he didn't think much of it until footsteps echoed through empty rooms, and things started moving on their own. After bringing in a psychic medium to cleanse his home, Tristan says the paranormal activity didn't stop. It ramped up even more. Late one night, Tristan heard loud, aggressive banging coming from the hallway. Grabbing his phone, he started recording as he went to see what was happening. The bathroom door handle starts twisting violently while Tristan's cat watches, clearly terrified. He slowly walks toward the door, but just as he gets close, it swings open, revealing no one inside. A few nights later, Tristan noticed that a pair of shoes in the kitchen hallway had moved on their own. Curious, he set up a camera facing the hall, while he and his girlfriend relaxed in the other room. What the camera captured was pure nightmare fuel.
Là, je suis en train de me battre pour mettre les diagrammes et les chiffres.
Out of nowhere, a box suddenly shoots off a storage shelf and crashes into the wall. When Tristan goes to check, he finds nothing out of the ordinary. But later, while reviewing the footage and zooming in on the doorway, he spots something eerie. A faint, child-sized figure standing there before gliding away down the hall. Moments later, the box launches off the shelf. Tristan says he's tried everything to get rid of the poltergeist, but nothing seems to work, so he's decided it's time to move out. This footage comes from McAllen Horror Nights, widely recognized as the top haunted house in South Texas. While the attraction is known for giving visitors a good scare, one of the CCTV cameras captured something genuinely unsettling. Late one evening, an employee was finishing the closing shift alone when something undeniably chilling occurred. As the employee tried to walk past a mannequin, its head suddenly turned toward her, making her freeze in disbelief. Then, without warning, the head snapped all the way to the side, instantly scaring her out of the room. The mannequin has no moving parts, and no one else was around to touch it, so this shouldn't have happened. As always, the judgment is left to the viewer. On September 11th, 2025, a man from Mexico shared a creepy pattern that's been happening at his home. Almost every night around 3 a.m., there's a knock at his front door, but whenever he checks, no one's there. The first time it happened, though, he saw an old woman just standing outside, silently staring in. Freaked out but curious, he set up a camera to figure out what's really going on, and what he caught is seriously unsettling. Once again, he hears that same knocking, but when he opens the door, nothing. The next night, he's jolted awake by the sound of slow, heavy footsteps moving through his house, followed by that all too familiar knocking starting up again. After hearing another strange noise, he opens the door and finds a plant root sitting on his doorstep. Not long after, a cat starts appearing outside his window every night at 4 a.m., staring at him with the same eerie intensity as the old woman. Convinced it's all connected, he now suspects she might be a witch, or something even darker, trying to get inside. In a quiet neighborhood in Carrollton, a routine evening turned eerie. A woman was waiting in her car while her husband went to buy a lottery ticket when her Ring camera sent an alert. What she saw left her deeply shaken. A person wearing a devil goat foot mask calmly walked through their side yard and approached the front door, holding a sign with a Bible verse about Judgment Day. The couple reported it to the police, but by the time officers arrived, the masked figure had disappeared. No crime was committed, but authorities increased patrols in the area. Still, the unsettling image stays in the homeowners' minds. Why this house? And what was the real message behind the visit? Ethan had spent a few years working at a local sneaker shop, and he really enjoyed it. He loved the excitement of new releases, the energy of sneakerheads hunting for their next pair, and the satisfaction of keeping the displays perfect. Most nights were peaceful, giving him time to clean up and relax after closing. But one evening, while the store was empty, he was leaning on the counter, scrolling through his phone, when something unusual appeared on the CCTV monitor. A sneaker from the top shelf suddenly toppled and crashed to the floor, the noise echoing through the store. Startled, Ethan ran to the stock room to catch his breath before cautiously returning. He picked up the shoe and put it back, still shaken, trying to tell himself it was just a coincidence. But the uneasy feeling that he wasn't alone lingered. The next morning, that feeling hit even harder. In the middle of the floor lay a single crock, definitely not there when he locked up. Confused and unsettled, Ethan immediately went to review the security footage from the night before. The footage clearly captured the sneaker sliding off the shelf by itself. No customers, no staff, just unexplained movement. Unsure of what to make of it, Ethan told his manager everything, describing the events exactly as they happened. What followed remains unknown, but one thing is certain: something strange was happening in the store, and Ethan may not have been the only presence there after hours. A couple chose to explore an abandoned asylum hidden in the woods of Baltimore. While walking through the gallery, their camera captured something frightening.
I almost hit that. Yo, this place is crazy, bro.
Babe.
What?
Where are you going?
I swear I just seen something.
Babe.
Bro, what the?
A shadowy figure slipped into a room in an instant. Without hesitation, they ran after it. But who or what was roaming the asylum that day? Dustin lives in the Appalachian Mountains in Tennessee, a place shaped over 480 million years ago and full of old legends and stories about supernatural beings. One night, he hears some strange noises outside his window that catch his attention, and he feels compelled to go check out what's causing them.
It's 2 o'clock in the morning again, and I kept hearing. There's a security light right over here, and it just was on, and then it went off. Oh, it just came on again.
At first, Dustin finds nothing when he investigates, but his curiosity grows when the strange sounds return several nights later. Locals in the Appalachian Mountains often follow the saying, if something unusual is seen or heard, assume you didn't. Ignoring this advice, Dustin decides to track down the source of the disturbances, setting off a chain of escalating events. One night, while heading to the kitchen for a snack, an eerie disturbance interrupts him, and he instinctively grabs his recording device to capture what happens next.
I was just trying to get me some trail mix, and
The eerie recording captures a chilling moment as a voice, eerily resembling Dustin's own, seems to plead with him to let it in. Sharp-eyed viewers recognize this as a mimic, a warning not to open the door until dawn for safety. Despite this ominous caution, the following night brings an escalation of the unsettling events.
there's something on the roof.
The unsettling saga continues as the recording picks up ominous sounds moving across the roof. With each passing night, the intensity of the disturbances grows stronger and more unnerving.
Everybody last time got pissed at me. Open the door. Because I opened the door, so I'm not going to do that this time, but it's back. Please help me.
Despite trying to escape the unsettling events at home, Dustin's attempt to find some peace at the local marina with a friend proves useless. Being away from his residence offers no relief, and the unfolding events reveal a much darker reality.
Okay, so here we go. Here's some water. Did you hear that? Like, here's some more. Kind of look rickety. Whoa. She very rickety. But, so apparently some people, they live out here, and then other people, they just, like, rent it for the seasons. And, I don't know. I feel like I couldn't live on the water. Oh. Yeah, I hate that. Anyways. I tripped. But I thought I heard something, but yeah, we should probably head on because it's like starting to rain and stuff, but I thought I heard like footsteps or something. We gotta go. We gotta go. Go. Oh my God.
As Dustin and his friend walk around the marina, a voice seems to tell him to jump into the water, making them both uneasy. The camera then catches a figure moving in the background, even though his friend is standing right in front of him, so it can't be him. A feeling of dread hits them when a terrifying sound occurs, and they quickly head back home. But the night offers no relief. Dustin is suddenly woken up by a frightening presence. Trying to escape the haunting, Dustin goes to his parents' house, only to hear the same strange noises that troubled him at home. It becomes clear that the unsettling presence is following him. Determined to get answers, he sets up security cameras around the house to catch any strange activity. Soon after, one of the cameras records something genuinely terrifying.
So I just got home from work and I found this on the ground. And I don't know if you can tell, but it looks like it is.
The footage shows a disturbing scene where Dustin's dog suddenly bolts just before eerie voices and unsettling sounds start, suggesting the animal sensed the danger first. Later, when Dustin comes home from work, he finds his security camera destroyed, an obvious act of defiance by the malevolent force following him. The constant paranormal activity reaches a breaking point, leaving Dustin exhausted, unable to find peace, and overwhelmed with emotional stress. In Pennsylvania, Jorge Cruz was preparing dinner when a sudden disturbance grabbed his attention. The attic door started shaking violently, as if something was trying to break out. Summoning his courage, he went inside, and what he encountered there left him utterly terrified.
Oh, what is that? Where's my keys? Hold on. Look. Yo, anybody in there? Ow! What the fuck was that? Kidding me. You gotta be. There's nothing in here, nothing, none of that. This is crazy. We got a board. Oh!
As soon as Jorge stepped into the attic, a loud bang made him drop his camera in shock. Then the light started flickering, and he panicked, running out of the room. Many think the weird events might be connected to the Ouija board sitting in the middle of the attic. Shaken, he spent the night at a friend's place. When he came back the next day, what he saw was even creepier than before.
There's gotta be something. There was something back over here, something. What the f***? What the f*** is that? Holy crap. Oh, I'm like having a meltdown. I'm running out of oxygen. Oh, god damn. I gotta get out of here.
When Jorge got back home, he saw objects moving by themselves and doors slamming shut with force. That was the last straw. He decided to leave the house for good. Whatever was haunting the place made it obvious it didn't want him there. This chilling experience was shared by Angbona TV, a YouTuber famous for venturing into remote forests and exploring unsettling, mysterious locations. During one of his late-night hikes, he suddenly heard faint movement among the trees that made him stop in his tracks. When he aimed his flashlight toward the sound, there was nothing there. Moments later, a scream echoed through the darkness. Not the sound of an animal, but something disturbingly human.
So I do remember there was one time we had a crazy experience, but if I recall correctly, it was like back there. I swear I just heard something moving through the trees. Or maybe it was just a crackling from my campfire. Okay. that was that, like, scream again. What the hell is that? I swear we hear that, like, every time we come here. Last time, too. I do have my knife on me, just in case. So I don't know if is out here, or why. I don't know why, it seems so much spookier out here. It seems like hazy down there. I could barely even, like, really see properly. Let me get my flashlight out. Either way, it's an adventure.
Alone in the stillness of the forest, every rustle and echo made it feel like unseen eyes were watching him. What could be behind those chilling screams? A wild animal, a lost soul, or something far more sinister that doesn't want to be found? A mother brings her family together to celebrate her youngest child's birthday. But during the celebration, something unexpected happens that leaves everyone in the room completely shocked.
What the hell? Oh my god, someone's here to see Ellie. Oh, what the hell?
From me.
Someone came to see Ellie.
During her daughter's 3rd birthday, a balloon floated across the room from the stairs, seemingly moving on its own toward the little girl. The mother explains that a close friend had passed away the day after her daughter's 1st birthday, and every year they set aside a balloon in his memory. She feels this friend had a special bond with her youngest, making the moment feel more than just a coincidence. The next day, she recorded her daughter singing in front of a mirror, and when she played it back, she noticed something she couldn't explain. The video starts off as a sweet moment with the little girl singing in front of a mirror, but the mother notices something strange. Her daughter's reflection doesn't match her movements. Multiple viewers agree it looks odd, and then one spots something even creepier, a face appearing in the top left corner of the mirror, watching her. The mother was completely stunned by what she had recorded. So, what do you think? Did the family capture something paranormal, or is there another explanation for this weird event? This video comes from Josh the Intern, a YouTuber who's all about wild adventures and exploring off-the-grid spots. While messing around on Google Earth, he came across something super weird, a huge structure sitting on top of a mountain in the middle of nowhere. His curiosity got the best of him, so he decided to check it out in person. After hours of tough hiking through rough terrain, he finally made it there, and what he found was straight up unbelievable.
On a flat. I think I've hit the ridge, and I must be almost there. Whoa, check this out. There's actually a house up here. This is not what I saw on Google Earth. This is some sort of concrete structure. I think it's holding water. How do you even build this up here? Let's check out this house. I'd be very surprised if anyone is living up here. Hello? Some bottles. People have definitely been here. There's writing on the wall. I wonder if it's a shelter, you know, the equivalent of a bothy in the UK, which is basically a mountain shelter. This is not the structure I saw. It's a total different color.
First, he came across an old abandoned house, completely silent and sitting eerily close to the strange mountain structure, miles away from any sign of life. But things got even weirder from there. As he moved closer, he realized the structure actually looked like some kind of temple.
Keep going. Oh, something there. Something right there. A big white dome. What is this? Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at this. This doesn't look military at all. I think my theory is way off. Look at the views that it faces either side. Oh my goodness. It looks like this has been built into the side. Maybe a water gatherer, although I would not want to drink that water. Look here, you got a random fenced off bit. What? Look at this. Oh my goodness. Looks like a massive foot carving and people have put money into it. That is really, really cool. I can't believe that. What a place for a foot. Obviously it's sacred or something because they don't want people stepping on it. I think this looks like a temple. Just from the top spiral bit, it looks like maybe Buddhist. But let's go for a closer look and see. This is super epic. This is the structure I found on Google Earth.
But here's where it gets really unsettling. Who would build a temple all the way out here in the middle of nowhere? What was its purpose? And even now, could someone still be using it? Ungbona TV, a YouTuber known for his bold night hikes and solo camping trips, faced something different this time, something darker. While trekking alone deep in the forest, he suddenly sensed movement. The air grew heavy, the silence almost suffocating. He turned around, expecting to spot an animal, but there was nothing. Only the rustling of leaves and the eerie feeling that something unseen was watching him, circling just out of sight.
Well, maybe it actually went up that way? I don't even know. I guess we'll go. Whoa, what the is that? Okay, something big just like moved or made a thud or something behind me. What the hell? What was that? It kind of sounded like a rock. But how? Unless it was... Okay, that was weird. I'm still not, like, seeing anything. Is there something up there in the trees? You guys let me know if you see anything that I don't notice. That was weird. It sounded legit like a giant thud behind me. I swear I just heard that growl noise again from up there. I don't see anything though. Okay, we gotta go up there. I think that's where the road goes, so if we go back, it'll go further up that way. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting tonight. We are back on the road. Yeah, the road does definitely turn up.
The longer he stayed, the more intense that feeling got, like the forest was trying to tell him to get out. What do you think was out there watching him? A ghost, an animal, or something even weirder? Gina, who enjoys sharing feminine product reviews with her fans, had a strange and unsettling experience while filming one of her videos. Something unexpected and bizarre happened, leaving her completely shocked. While filming, something or someone was seen walking behind Gina. Viewers quickly noticed that the figure seemed to have no face. Some guessed it could be a squatter hiding in her home, but there's more to the story than that.
Weirdest thing about this is like a week ago, I was talking about how my daughter is not christened yet. She's 15 months old, and I was like, I feel like it's probably the right thing to do, like whether or not I believe it or not, you know what I mean? She can, when she gets older, she can decide for herself what she believes in, but I want her as a child to believe in it, just like I want her to believe in Santa Claus. She's named after my grandmother, and I was telling my mom, I was like, I need like a sign from somebody if it's real, and she's like, well, ask for a sign from your grandmother. My daughter the very next day went into a drawer, she shouldn't have been in, and found a picture of my grandfather, my grandmother's husband, holding me as a baby, and started calling it Ella and Pop. I called him Grandpop. He was by the time I was 18, so she obviously never met him. And then this. I don't know.
Could this faceless figure be a message from Gina's grandmother trying to reach her from beyond? Or is it just a squatter hiding in the shadows of her home? On December 14th, 2024, a guy named Caesar checked into this supposedly haunted hotel and tried summoning spirits with a mirror, even offering his soul. Things went sideways. He fainted and woke up bleeding. After he got home, it felt like something was following him. From that night on, his newborn wouldn't stop crying. One evening, while he was home alone, the baby started crying non-stop, so he grabbed his phone to record, and what he caught on camera was seriously creepy.
Ahorita estábamos dormidos y mi bebé empezó a llorar de la nada y se empezaron a escuchar cosas como llantos. ¿Escuchan eso? Es que no me creían que se estaban escuchando cosas en mi casa. Vente, mi amor. Vean, el control está aquí. Yo estaba volteando para cargar a mi bebé porque se estaban escuchando muchas cosas. Vean, escuchen. Vente, mi amor. Vente, bebé. ¿Soy yo? ¿Soy yo, cebollas?
Loud banging echoes through the house, and the TV suddenly turns on by itself. Caesar goes to check but doesn't find anything. He heads back to bed with the baby, but the strange activity just keeps getting worse.
Escuche. Estoy solo. A ver, voy a ver qué hay afuera. Espérame, bebé. Voy a ver que no hay nadie aquí en la casa. Que se supone que todos salieron de viaje. Hey, hey. Hey, mi bebé, tío. Mi bebé estaba adentro. ¿Qué pasó, mamá? ¿Qué pasó? Vente, mamá. Vente, bebé.
The window suddenly swung open, and when Caesar stepped out to check, the bedroom door slammed shut behind him. His baby screamed inside, and when he rushed back, he saw a box bouncing down the stairs, but no one was around. A few nights later, his girlfriend came back from the hospital, and soon after, his sister showed up too. That's when they noticed a weird package waiting at the front door.
Esto se me hace muy raro. Yo no pedí nada. Se me hace muy raro.
¿Estás seguro?
Yo no pedí nada. Yo de verdad no pedí nada. Mira. Ve. Ve.
Ay, su guacala. Oh. Pero huele horrible.
Tápalo bien.
¿Qué es eso?
Inside the package were chunks of raw meat and a jar full of creepy, unidentifiable stuff. The smell was awful. After talking to a specialist, Caesar became convinced it was some kind of witchcraft, a dark ritual aimed at claiming his soul, just like he had foolishly offered. Now he thinks the only way to save his family from this nightmare is to go back to the hotel and try to undo what he started. This creepy video was posted by a YouTuber who just wanted a calm night camping in the woods, but things quickly took a terrifying turn.
No. Do not get my food. Get out of here. Go. Get. Holy crap, it's a bear. I'm sitting here eating. Dude, go. I can't even eat my food. You got plenty of food out here. Go. Get. Go. He keeps coming over here. Don't hang my food up because I'm not eating tonight. Thank you. Get out of here. I was literally sitting there with a bag of food because I had my food bag and I just cooked food. And he was like right behind me, 20 feet from me, not far.
As she sat down to eat, she suddenly caught some movement behind her. When she turned around, there was a huge bear just a few feet away, staring right at her. Panicking, she tried to scare it off, but it didn't move an inch. It just kept watching her, like it was deciding what to do next. Luckily, after a few tense moments, the bear finally lost interest and wandered back into the woods, leaving her shaken but safe. This video comes from a guy who's been documenting the paranormal activity happening in his house. Lights flicker on and off by themselves, and there are constant, rapid knocks coming from different doors, enough to even scare his son.
Days like today are no fun. No fun at all.
Is it real?
Yeah.
Can you get it now?
Stay there. Come on, buddy. Yeah, you can go. All right.
Things had settled down for a while, but recently, his cat started acting strangely. Since then, the paranormal activity has returned, even more intense than before. One night, his outdoor security camera captured something unusual. A misty figure can be seen gliding across the driveway, setting off the camera's lights. In the background, a dog keeps barking non-stop, as if sensing something there. A few nights later, the knocking around the house grew even louder and more frequent.
So I don't know if you're gonna see what I'm seeing, but this is on repeat. This happens over and over, and then the knocking happens. The knocking. There it is, and it just goes and goes until you tell it to stop. Can you stop, please? I mean, it's just right there. That's new. Okay. Whatever you are, you gotta go. And that's... Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Goodbye.
A shadowy figure appears and moves into the room right as the knocking starts, and the chair begins to shift on its own, like something invisible just sat down. Then, the door suddenly slams shut. For several nights after that, the family thought it was finally over since nothing strange happened. But just when things seemed back to normal, the worst occurred.
Okay, lie down.
Stay. I've been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey, buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out. Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna set it up with paper towels and we'll just let the phone roll. I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down. He's okay. Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Oh my God. Little buddy.
It looks like the activity is coming from down there, and the shadow figure seems to be hiding below. Maybe the answers he's been searching for are in the basement, too. So, could this really be a ghost caught on camera, or just a cleverly staged hoax? During a late-night shift at Victorville Children's Hospital in Argentina, an employee had a strange experience. A balloon appeared to follow him as he walked down the hospital corridors. Curious, he asked a colleague to step into the hallway and see the bizarre phenomenon for themselves.
Es la estática, boludo, pero está lejos. Ay, la concha de la lora. La pibita de la camarcita me dijo que le tocaron la pierna, que le apretaron la pierna. Ay, mierda, se viene para acá.
Pero se viene para acá, pero tú vas. No. ¿Te ha prendido el aire algo?
¿Qué sé yo? Sí, creo que sí.
Tómatelo.
Feeling unsettled, they stepped into the room to put some distance between themselves and the eerie balloon. But what happens next is even stranger.
Ahí está. Pase largo. Ay, la...
Helium balloons usually drift around randomly, but this one seems to move on its own. It follows someone down a hallway, rounds a corner, and even enters a room. Is this a paranormal event caught on camera, or just a strange coincidence? This video was shared by Action Adventure Clips on YouTube, and it'll really make you wonder how far you'd go for the sake of exploration. While hiking deep in the mountains, they came across something unusual, a hidden cave beneath a massive rock. Curiosity got the best of them, so they decided to head inside. The deeper they went, the darker and tighter the passage became. The walls seemed to close in, the air grew colder, and every sound echoed like something was moving just beyond their flashlight's reach.
There's like a jack holding up the ceiling.
A jack?
Yeah, they got a ceiling jack holding it up. There's also some bats. This is insane. Dude, it's buckling under the weight. Oh.
Alright, don't touch the ceiling.
Oh, it's getting wider. Yeah. See a wooden rail? Weird. No metal track. See that? Yep.
What we got going on, Dave?
Oh, just looking at an area that was work. Lots of bedrock exposed here. All up in here, we have pockets of plaster.
Check it out, there's dynamite up here. Sitting in a glass jar.
Let's not touch that. Oh, there could be blasting caps on the ground. We gotta be careful where we step.
Okay.
Dude.
Huh?
Dude. The wind is whipping through here.
I know.
Feels great. Got it.
It's like a network of flooded tunnels.
They had no clue where the cave would lead, but they kept going anyway. Would you dare crawl into an underground cave not knowing what's waiting inside? What if they weren't alone down there? What if something ancient was watching from the dark? After a long, nerve-wracking crawl, they finally spotted another exit and made it out safely. While hiking off-trail deep in a canyon in the San Bernardino National Forest, this Reddit user came across something that gave him chills. A massive footprint pressed into the dirt. It didn't look human. The print was about the same length as his size 12 boot, but nearly twice as wide. Nearby, faint impressions hinted at toes. Yet there was only this one clear print. No trail, no other marks, just a single eerie footprint in the earth. What could have made it? A huge animal, a natural illusion, or something far more mysterious lurking in the forest that night? A man named Frank was checking out abandoned places when he stumbled upon a creepy spot with demonic symbols all over the walls. Entering turned out to be a huge mistake. Just a few days later, weird things started happening in his house. He began hearing strange noises at night, and one evening, he decided to hit record when he heard them again.
Señora, estoy grabando porque estoy escuchando otra vez los sonidos. Escuche. ¿Qué cojones? Hostia. Coño, se acaba de encender otra vez el aparato ese. ¿Qué cojones? Volvió a encenderse eso. Hostia. Hola?
A kid's toy unexpectedly powers on by itself. When he goes to investigate, the door crashes shut, almost as if it's trying to lock him in. The following night, he hears something even creepier coming from that same room.
Escucha. Soy un niño. Escucha.
He hears strange, distorted baby cries, but when he opens the door, no one's there. A few days later, he records again after hearing odd noises coming from the bathroom, and what he captures this time chills him to the bone.
Empiezo a grabar porque estoy escuchando sonidos desde el baño muy raros y estoy solo en casa. Dentro del baño. ¿Qué cojones? Puede ser. ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¿Qué coño?
When he walks in, the shower curtain starts moving by itself like someone's hiding behind it. Moments later, everything crashes to the floor, but no one's there. Frank is left completely shaken. Many people think he's being haunted by a child's spirit that has attached itself to him. What do you think? Is it really a spirit, or could there be another explanation? Alex, who lives in France, swears her house is haunted. She's seen objects move on their own and often hears strange noises coming from empty rooms. Tired of no one believing her, she started filming the weird moments and posting them online. But one night, while she was home alone watching a movie, something happened that completely caught her off guard. Out of nowhere, things in the room start moving by themselves, and her bedroom door slams shut without warning. But what happens next is even creepier. The sound of fast footsteps rushing toward her, heart racing. Alex looks around in panic, but there's no one there. Alex's fear only grew when, a few nights later, while alone again, she recorded something even more disturbing on camera. Alex woke up to the sound of a piano playing downstairs. Nervously, she went to check it out, but as she got closer, she suddenly heard her son's voice calling her name. When Alex finally made it downstairs, things took a terrifying turn. Books flew off the shelves, and a chair started rocking on its own. Viewers were convinced she was dealing with something dark and urged her to leave the house immediately. Sadly, that was only the beginning. One night, after taking her dog out for a walk, Alex returned home, only to see something that completely froze her in place. Alex was paralyzed with fear when she noticed a dark, shadowy figure moving through her house. It seemed to head straight for her son's bedroom, but fortunately, he wasn't home. The shadow vanished as suddenly as it appeared, and a check of the house and property revealed no one there. A few nights later, while Alex and her young son were having a quiet evening, something equally shocking occurred. Out of nowhere, a teddy bear in her son's room begins to move completely on its own. After everything Alex has gone through, she's now certain her house is truly haunted and is trying to find help. But what's really going on? Could these eerie events be linked to the property's history? Maybe a lingering spirit from the old graveyard the house was built over? Share your thoughts below. Nana, a night shift nurse, shared a chilling recording from a hospital room where odd events began soon after the last patient died. She and the staff noticed the call button, meant for patients to summon nurses, kept activating on its own late at night. Each time they checked, the bed was empty and the room deserted. To get to the bottom of it, Nana set up a small camera, and what it recorded left everyone at the hospital stunned. The hospital bed began shifting on its own, almost like an unseen presence was on it. Some believe hospitals naturally store heavy energy from pain, loss, and death, making them likely places for paranormal activity. Whatever the explanation, the strange movements remain a mystery, leaving the room's eerie events unresolved. While hiking through the mountain woods, this TikTok user experienced something truly terrifying, something he never thought he'd come across out there. A bear was slowly climbing down from a tree just a few feet away. Alone in the wilderness, he pulled out his phone to record, maybe thinking, if something goes wrong, at least there'll be proof. A TikTok user who works at a store rumored to be haunted started feeling uneasy after a late shift, convinced that something might have followed him home. One night, his lights began flickering on their own, and that's when things took a terrifying turn.
Going on and off, and I'm the only one here currently. And all my damn cabinets are open. And my remote for the lights are over there. And they just won't turn off. They just won't turn off. Yo, what is that? Yo, what is that? Yo, what is that?
A few nights later, he began hearing odd noises echoing through his home, as if someone, or something, was moving around when no one else was there.
And I'm alone? Jesus Christ. And I'm alone too. Jesus. Oh my God. Oh my God. There was something behind that. There was something behind that. Nope. Nope. Nope.
When he stepped into the bathroom, he caught sight of a dark shadow lurking behind the shower curtain, only for it to vanish in an instant. But that was just the start. Things were about to get much worse.
I'm trying to blow out the candles, and I'm just kind of chilling. I'm here. Sounds like he's coming from the bathroom. All I'm trying to do is blow out candles. Hello? outside. Out.
He noticed something moving on the sofa, rocking back and forth. When he stepped into the room, a dark shadow stood in the corner, staring right at him. Panicked, he rushed out to compose himself, but the following night, things escalated again. He was jolted awake by loud noises just outside his bedroom door.
There's something knocking at the door. I'm here alone. Nope. My girlfriend's not supposed to be here yet. Nope. Go away. She's not supposed to be here yet. I didn't hear her car. Her keys are not here.
Something began pounding on his bedroom door, hard enough to shake it. Then, in a chilling twist, he heard his own voice on the other side, demanding to be let in. When he finally opened the door, no one was there. The noises continued later that night, so he set his phone to record, and what he captured was truly horrifying.
Oh, please tell me I got that on video. Please tell me I got that on video. That's why I put my phone up there.
In the footage, a dark figure can be seen briefly peeking around the corner, but when he searched the entire house, there was no one to be found. Like many stories of this kind, what really happened that night remains a mystery. This video was shared by Aventura Jose, a YouTube channel known for venturing deep into the mountains to capture nature's raw, untamed beauty, and sometimes the most unexpected, heart-stopping moments. While hiking through a vast mountain desert, he spotted something that made him freeze and zoom in with his camera. In the distance, a figure was walking before disappearing into something. Moments later, he noticed movement again, someone crawling into a large cement tube, almost like it was their home.
Desde aquí agarré una. Uy. Si es persona. ¿Será mujer o será hombre? ¿Quién sabe? Pero se ve que va bien. Yo lo grabo por cualquier cosa, mi gente. Pero a ese señor o mujer, o quién sabe qué será, mujer o hombre, no se sabe. Pero lo agarro muy lejos. Cuídense mucho en las montañas porque aquí hay mucha víbora cascabel. Ah, se metió. Fíjense mi gente que por allá vi que se movió algo. Parece que se metió en medio, pero no ha salido. Lo agarro lejos, muy lejísimo de aquí, pero esa persona ahí, uy, se oyeron como cuetazos. Pero ya a ver, por ahí está muy lejos. Por ahí ve, mire. Parece que es un tubo y hay algo por ahí. Allí vive alguien, ahí en eso, hacer como un tubo de cemento. Y por ahí como que es una casita o algo.
Alguien que vive por ahí. Yo lo vi desde lejos, pero vi el bulto. Pero es persona, no es animal, ni es ni vaca, ni nada. Pobre, a lo mejor sí, pobrecito la gente que vive así, no es fácil. Pero lo agarro lejos de aquí. Es una casita y un tubo por ahí. Ese tubo tiene hoyo por dentro y por allí vive alguien. Yo lo vi que iba caminando, pero no lo alcancé a agarrar. Y ahí, como está algo frío, ahí se me hace que está durmiendo. Sí, en continuación yo buscaba la ruta por donde voy, pero no he visto ni un coyote. Y aquí hay muchos coyotes salvajes aquí.
But here's the eerie part. This spot was miles from civilization, surrounded by nothing but sand and silence. Why would anyone live out here, completely cut off from the world? Was he hiding from something or someone? The thought alone sent chills down his spine. What could make a person choose total isolation in such a harsh, unforgiving place? While wandering alone through the dark woods at night, he caught something seriously creepy on camera. A pair of glowing red eyes staring at him from the shadows. They didn't move, just stayed there, silently watching. Nervous but curious, he snapped a photo, hoping the flash would show what it was. But there was nothing, only those haunting red eyes, glowing back at him. Some say it was an animal, others think it was just a reflection, but a few believe it might have been something far more sinister. What do you think? An unidentified intruder broke into a home that once belonged to a married couple who vanished without a trace. Their disappearance has never been solved, though unsettling rumors hint at something terrible that took place there. Later, a family member shared eerie security footage from the house. What the cameras captured is truly horrifying. The footage was unsettling, but it didn't stop someone from breaking in. The intruder climbed through a second-story window, seemingly unaware of the danger inside. The moment he entered, an overwhelming sense of dread washed over him, and what he captured next was truly terrifying. Once the knocking stopped, the intruder glanced down the hallway and spotted a dark figure staring back at him. In an instant, it slipped out of view. Thinking he was just imagining things, he moved closer to check, but there was no one there. When the video was later shared online, viewers noticed something eerie. The figure didn't walk, it seemed to float. The discovery left everyone disturbed. What was that presence, and could it still be haunting the house? This video comes from Outer Range, a YouTuber known for venturing into mysterious mountains and uncovering hidden secrets of the past. On one hike, he found something really unusual: symbols and carvings deeply etched into the mountain walls. Some appeared ancient and sacred, while others looked more like warnings. The markings didn't seem accidental. They felt purposeful, as if someone long ago wanted to leave a message for anyone brave enough to explore.
Well, guys, this didn't take long to find something. What do we have here? Quite interesting that all this is vertical, isn't it? I mean, it just looks like all these sharpening grooves, and again, that's what we call them, sharpening grooves. There's some sort of date someone's carved into that, but does that kind of look like a horse right there? You got to remember, this area is inhabited by the ancients for sure. We're up here in ancient territory, but you know, in this particular area, the Utes came along after the fact. So whenever you see a horse carved in or something like that, perhaps it's 200 years old, 300, 400 possibly, but you know, the Spanish brought the horses. So I don't know that it's been documented that anywhere that the ancient carvings showed any horses of any kind, but this is a fascinating rock, just covered. Now they're so low, it makes me think that these rocks right here that we're on, I don't know, maybe they fell from overhead later and created a pile of rubble here that maybe, who knows, maybe there's a structure underneath all of this. Look at this, there's more. Very faint, but the camera actually picks them up better than my eyes out here. Come back. If you look closely, you can see some really old work in there. You can see a hand. A lot of modern graffiti, I will call it, but tucked in there, these amazing pieces. I like to call these the original way.
But what could these markings actually mean? Are they warnings to steer clear of some hidden danger ahead, or remnants of an ancient civilization trying to share their story before it vanished from history? One night, a man named Raphael heard knocking at his door. Unsure who or what it could be, he opened it, only to find no one there. A few days later, strange things started happening in his house, and one night, he managed to catch something on camera.
Tem alguém aí? Foi você, Branca? Quem tá aí?
Alexa, liga a luz do banheiro, Alexa.
Tudo bem.
Não pode ser. Oi! Quem tá aí?
A dark figure appears in the kitchen, quickly moving through the doorway before disappearing. But when Raphael goes in, he finds nothing, except an object moving on its own. So, was this a real ghost caught on camera, or just a well-executed hoax? This video comes from the POV channel, a YouTuber known for exploring some of Earth's most mysterious and rarely seen locations. While checking out Google Earth, he spotted something unbelievable, a strange geometric pattern etched into a cliffside. Driven by curiosity, he went to see it for himself, and what he found was astonishing. A huge maze-like labyrinth stretching deep below the surface, encircled by massive stone blocks.
They're sort of offset and bisected halfway through by the other splinters. And now I gotta go in there. Now, the only reason that it makes me a little nervous is because, you know, this type of enclosed space could be a great habitat for some pretty big animals. That's what we gotta figure out. Let's call this the entrance to the maze. This bush, there's a nice gradual decline into it. And then it goes in multiple directions. Okay, I'm on the other side of the cliff band now, and I feel like this could be our exit. It kind of leads out, and it has a view of the opposite side of the valley. So I think the challenge is going to be see if I can find my way to come out here. It seems like it goes. There is absolutely no way to tell. Use this 360 cam, which I've never used before. Please don't be any mountain lions in here. Look at how the rock has this elevated platform on it.
He only explored a small part of it, but one thing is clear. This underground labyrinth stretches far deeper than anyone could imagine. So, what do you think it is? An ancient quarry left by a long-forgotten civilization, a natural geological marvel, or something that looks like it came straight out of a game like Minecraft or Roblox. The American Southwest holds countless mysteries hidden beneath its surface. Adam, from the YouTube channel Adventures, typically posts camping content and hadn't shared anything paranormal until he decided to camp in a forest known for being haunted. After parking his van, he ventured into the dark woods. Later, while stopping for coffee, he set his camera down, unknowingly recording someone, or something, moving in the background.
Wittard's White Hot Chocolate, the luxury version. I don't really think this through. I should have got a saucepan with a lid.
In the distance, something white can be seen moving between the trees. Adam doesn't notice it and continues walking deeper into the woods. He hears some strange noises but dismisses them, thinking there's nothing to worry about.
I mean, the last thing I want to do is stack it down a hill. There are a lot of noises in these woods, but at the same time, if I was in the woods on a normal night, I'd just think it's normal. It's only because I'm thinking I'm on a ghost hunt, so every little noise, I'm like, is that a ghost? But in all honesty, it's fine. It's frogs and pigeons. Pigeons! I love pigeons. The light on the top of my camera, I think is going to die quite soon, so I'm only going to have my torch left. Right, I'm starting to get a little bit lost, I'm not going to lie. But I think I'm going to head back towards the way that I came, because I swear I keep seeing someone. Hold on. There's no one there. I swear there was. I think I'm going to go this way, to be honest with you. That is a person. I'm not even joking. What the? Anything. Oh, what was that?
Suddenly, a figure steps out of the shadows right in front of Adam. He spots it and takes off, running for his life. But what or who did Adam actually see? Share your thoughts in the comments. An elderly man living alone in an old apartment building in Japan began acting strangely a few months ago. He repeatedly told his landlord about a mysterious woman who, he claimed, was trying to kill him. Worried about his well-being, the landlord encouraged him to get medical help, but the man was determined to prove his story was true. Tragically, he later took his own life. When the landlord went to inspect the apartment, he found several videotapes recorded on an old camera. Curious, he played one, and what appeared on the screen was deeply disturbing. The footage, filmed just a day before the man's death, revealed something truly terrifying. In the mirror's reflection, a distorted, shadowy figure briefly appears, prompting the landlord to question whether the old man had truly witnessed something paranormal. Determined to uncover the truth, he contacts Japanese ghost hunter Omega Toki, who agrees to carry out a solo overnight investigation inside the apartment. While exploring, Omega Toki eventually finds the very same room shown in the disturbing recordings from the old man's tapes. The investigator eventually finds the dresser seen in the old footage, but the mirror is nowhere to be found. Hours later, he unexpectedly comes across the missing mirror, and what happens next is nothing short of bone-chilling. As he carefully cuts the zip ties and unwraps the mirror, the apartment's doorbell suddenly rings. When he goes to check, no one's there. But did you notice it? Hidden in the shadows, a figure watches him. One that looks exactly like the entity from the old man's footage. Determined to uncover the truth, he grabs the old man's camera and starts recording, hoping to capture whatever haunts this place. What happens next is downright chilling. He finds another tape tossed in the trash. But if you slow down the footage for just a few frames, you can see it. Two pale hands pressed against the floor right beside him. Completely unaware that something seems to be watching and following his every move, he continues his investigation. Intrigued, he plays the newly discovered tape, and what he sees makes his blood run cold. The camera seems to move on its own, capturing that same eerie, distorted face peeking out from beneath a doorway. Shaken by what he's just seen, he decides to leave, convinced he hasn't found any solid proof of the apartment being haunted. But what do you think? Was this the restless spirit that tormented the old man? Or is there another explanation behind these chilling events? Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can stay updated with our latest videos.